Om and Namaste. Today, I would like to talk about sun salutations or Surya Namaskar. I would like to discuss, first of all, what they are, and then talk about three aspects of sun salutations that I think are important for everybody to understand. The first is the spiritual aspect of a sun salutation. Why do we do them for our energetic or subtle anatomy? The second is from a physical and practical point of view. Why do we do sun salutations? And finally, the third is from a personal point of view. Why do I do sun salutations? So let's talk about what they are first. So as I mentioned, sun salutations are also known as Surya Namaskar. I should say it's the other way around. Surya Namaskar are known as sun salutations. The salutation itself consists of a series of dynamic yoga asanas. These asanas fit together in a flowing sequence. And typically they are done in a continuous flow. We do these sun salutations because they serve to warm up the body and the mind, to prepare the mind and create stillness within ourselves and to open us up to not just yoga practice, the yoga asana practice, but to the possibilities of the world, of the cosmos. It creates a stillness within us. Usually a sun salutation will consist of approximately 12 different asanas. So typically you will start with a mountain pose. You might go into a standing forward bend, equestrian, up dog or cobra, down dog, planks. All of these different asanas come together to make what we know as Surya Namaskar in a specific sequence. The three styles of Surya Namaskar versions that I am familiar with are Surya Namaskar Classical, A, and B. And most of us are familiar with one or two of these sun salutation sequences. So the real question becomes then, why do we do them? Why do we care about Surya Namaskar? Why are they such an integral part of any yoga practice? So let's talk about why we do this from a spiritual perspective, from a subtle anatomy perspective. We'll talk about that first, and then we'll talk about why we do it from a practical perspective and why I do it from a personal perspective. So from a spiritual perspective, the sequence of 12 asanas, Surya Namaskar, is typically done in the morning to greet the rising sun. This is why they're called sun salutations. We greet the rising sun. And the reason why this is so important is because the sun is our source of prana. Prana is the life force that flows through all living beings. It's like the force in Star Wars. We have prana that flows through us, through our pets, through the animals, through rocks, through plants. Prana is all around us. And because the sun is the source of energy of this prana, we salute it in the morning. And more precisely, our asana, our sequences in Surya Namaskar are connected to our breath. So we combine our breath with our movement. Every posture, every asana in the Surya Namaskar is associated with an inhale or an exhale. And it is this inhaling that allows us to bring the prana inside of us and to receive the prana with receptivity. And it is the exhaling that allows us to renew, to put our force, our prana, and our life force back into the cosmos. And so this is why we do it from a spiritual perspective. It energizes and infuses our body with this life force, with this prana. But why do we do it from a practical perspective? So most of us don't follow this type of spiritual path, and we need a practical reason to do things in our lives. Surya Namaskar yoga, it's no different. We need a practical reason to practice these things. So you will notice that when you go to a yoga class, to a yoga session, that almost always it starts with sun salutations. And the reason for this is because they're really good at warming up your body. You can imagine as you're bending and flexing and going into chaturanga and coming up and coming down, that it's really working to warm up your muscles and to prepare your muscles for the asana practice to come. It builds flexibility and strength. What I have found is the more sun salutations I do, the stronger I feel when I go into vrikshasana, into a tree pose, when I go into a dancing pose, or a half moon, or a warrior. It's really interesting to me that Surya Namaskar does not belong to any specific yoga style, but it is central, it is integral to all of them. That's how important Surya Namaskar is to yoga. So the other thing is that it is also a great calisthenic workout. It reduces the risk of injury. It creates strength. So that's why, from a practical reason, we often start with Surya Namaskar before any yoga asana practice. It warms us up, essentially. Now, from a personal standpoint, so we know what a sun salutation is. We know why we do it spiritually. We know why we do it from a practical perspective in class. But I believe that all of these things need to resonate with us on a personal level as well. And so now I'm going to share with you why I do Surya Namaskar and how I do my Surya Namaskar, how I incorporate it in my own yoga practice, asana practice. So typically, I will start all of my self-practices, as well as all of the courses and classes that I teach, with a series of sun salutations. And I will typically do 12 classic sun salutations, followed by 6 Surya Namaskar A, sun salutation A, followed by 2 sun salutation B. The sun salutation Bs I find the most difficult and the most taxing on my body, the most forceful on my body, so I typically do a little bit fewer of those. And what I find is that it really centers me. It allows me not just to prepare for my asana practice, but it allows me to be more aware of my breath, of my body. Every day is different. Every day you breathe a little bit different. Every day your body feels a little bit different. Today, my shoulder might hurt a little bit. Tomorrow, maybe it feels great, and maybe my knee is a little bit stiff. So Surya Namaskar helps me to prepare for my asana, and it really grounds my mind into what I'm doing. It allows me to prepare myself to be present in my mat, to open myself up to an asana practice. Now, sometimes I'll do 50 of them. So when I'm feeling a little bit more vigorous, and as a matter of fact, I've gotten in a routine now where once a week my yoga asana practice will consist of 50 sun salutations, followed by a series of more calming, more relaxing asanas, because usually after 50 sun salutations, I'm quite tired. But this is why I do sun salutations on a personal level as well. So now that we know what sun salutations are, and we've taken a little bit of time to discuss them and provide some context around them, my next video will be a demonstration of what these sun salutations are, how to do them, what they look like. And I will be demonstrating classic sun salutation A and sun salutation B. So if you like this video, please share it with your friends. Click on like below. Give me some feedback. Let me know if you'd like to hear more, if you'd like to learn about something different. And with that, I wish you a magnificent day. I send lots of love and light out to you, to your family, and to your loved ones. Namaste.